Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the Stud Buds. Everybody watches the Stud Buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Heiderman, man. Listen, Stud Buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese dished out 9 turnovers like it was giveaway night. You get the ball. You get the ball. Meanwhile, the Stud Buds didn't just arrive, they lit up the court like a stand-up special, turning every possession into punchline material. This wasn't a basketball game, it was a live blooper reel. If you've ever asked what happens when swagger collides with disaster, this was at a full-on hardwood roast, and the fire's still burning.
Reese had 9 turnovers. Yo, listen, y'all gotta stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop.
In turnover. Shy of a triple W, heard that right. Angel Reese was flirting with history, just not the kind you brag about. This wasn't a highlight, it was a cautionary tale. 9 turnovers, 9. That's not a stat line, it's a full-blown surrender. She was out there dishing the ball like she was hosting a charity drive for defenders in need. Here, have a steal. You look like you could use a fast break.
The entire WNBA and Angel Reese in garbage time. We saw it. Angel Reese last year against the Fever with like 2 minutes to go. She needed to, I think it was like 6 points and 3 rebounds. And she went and caught like 2 rebounds and then immediately goes at Victoria Saxton 3 times.
At this point, the only reasonable explanation is that the coaching staff is in on the joke. This isn't basketball, it's performance art, a live satire on offensive strategy. Because let's be real, the moment they involve her in any actual play, the lane clogs up worse than LA at rush hour. You can practically hear the paint begging, please, no more, every time she parks herself in there like she's pitching a tent. And as for the pick and roll, the only thing rolling is the ball straight to the other team.
After this opponent gets close to her during a box out, grabs her by her hips, and hip tosses her, throwing her to the ground. She stands up, she walks over to this opponent, bends over, screams in her face, and flips her the double bird. That's the WNBA gold. We're gonna get into it. And the laughter, oh, Angel. Oh, my angel, you're my darling. Angel. You've been playing well, Angel. I give it to you. You've been playing well. But every now and then, those stinkers, oh man.
Instead of risking a full-blown offensive meltdown, they've handed her the honorary role of facilitator, which is cute. If this were recess and not pro basketball, facilitator as in, asterisk please don't shoot. Just give it to someone before things go south, asterisk. Because when she's not passing, she's bricking. When she's not bricking, she's flailing. And when she's not flailing, she's traveling both literally and on some spiritual journey far away from the rim.
Like, there's absolutely no foul in that. She gets a good whistle, jumps up, and then goes at somebody on the other team. Who's she go at? She goes at Diamond Miller, her former Maryland teammate. And, like, Angel's 1 tech off a suspension as well. And is like, anytime anyone gets into it with her, she's straight in their face. And I'm like, I don't mind that. But you just gotta be smart. To be fair, this guy sucks, so you might as well just go and take your, I'll say it.
It's gone way beyond just a few bad games. This is starting to feel like the basketball version of a government cover-up. No one wants to say it, but everyone's thinking it. Reese isn't just struggling, she's asterisk objectively bad asterisk, not rookie. Growing pains bad, not off night bad. We're talking asterisk why dash is dash she dash even dash playing asterisk bad. Garden gnomes have better footwork, scarecrows have more secure hands. And yet, there she is, gumming up the offense like a chewed piece of gum jammed in a vending machine slot. But bench her? Of course not. That would mean pulling the plug on months of hype, PR spin, and carefully edited highlight reels. That would mean admitting the Emperor has no game. So instead, she's out there at the top of the key, wildly gesturing like a traffic cop while teammates scramble around her like it's a fire drill. Spoiler, she's not orchestrating anything. The only setup she's running is for the next blooper montage. The ball's definitely going somewhere, it's just rarely to the right jersey. Color jersey. Just when I thought she was turning her season around. Just when I thought Angel Reese was graduating from pretend basketball player to make-believe basketball player, the level where it's almost believable that Angel Reese is a basketball player. Just when I thought Angel Reese would pull through in the clutch and do America a favor. With a win last night against the Minnesota Lynx, Angel Reese would have become the WNBA's most popular player. Benched, dumped. Let's be real, Casey, that's just not happening. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's main attraction, and no one's touching that throne anytime soon. But while all eyes stay glued to Clark, something far more awkward is unfolding. Just off to the side, the slow-motion unraveling of Angel Reese's game. And the worst part? You can see it happening in real time. Just watch the spacing. Teammates hesitating to cut, backing away like she's a black hole sucking plays into oblivion. No one wants to be on the receiving end of a wild pass, a botched screen, or a dribble that ends up ricocheting off a foot. This isn't offensive chemistry, it's a survival drill. The irony? For all the talk of leadership, grit, and championship DNA, Reese has become the anchor weighing this team down. Not the stabilizing kind, the Titanic kind, as if 9 turnovers is just a learning moment and not a full-blown identity crisis on the court. As if standing in the dunker spot watching your teammate get double-teamed is called spacing and not just being in the way. Right now, the only thing Angel Reese is facilitating is fast breaks for the other team. She's not a playmaker, she's a plot twist. And not the good kind, not the hero rises moment. The "oh, here we go again" kind. And yet, the excuses keep rolling in. We all know why, but before we get to that, let's talk about Anka Agumake. Gets up, gets boxed out. Can't move her mark, and when frustration hits, she grabs Reese by the hips, tosses her to the floor, and stands over her like it's a scene from a rivalry movie. But this isn't a movie, this is the reality, and it's getting harder and harder to defend. Screams on her, flips her the double bird. Quitterly Dallas Wings teammate being a good teammate gets in the middle of the two, pushes Anka out of the way like a good teammate should instead of saying, "Anika, come here. Let me get you a hug." No, get up off my teammate, girl, get up. Off my teammate. Anka Agum can't let it go. You know it's bad when opposing teams start baiting her like she's a weak link on offense. They want her to have the ball. They pray she touches it. You can almost hear the opposing coach from the sideline whispering, "Let her cook." Knowing full well the dish is raw in the middle and the kitchen is on fire. And let's not even start on transition defense. Watching her hustle back after a turnover is like watching someone try to jog in flip-flops. There's movement technically, but it's mostly decorative. The body language says it all. Frustration without urgency, intensity without focus, vibes without results. Which brings us back to the coaching staff. They know, they have to know. You don't just stumble into that many offensive blackouts and think, "Yes, more of that, please." This is strategy via denial. They've chosen the path of least resistance, use her as a decoy, call it development, and hope no one reads the stat sheet too closely. And yet, the facade continues. Press conferences full of vague compliments, social media posts with dramatic slow-motion clips that cut right before the turnover. I'm telling you, with a win last night, Angel Reese would have surpassed the roof. From Waterloo in popularity, now, I am not saying that her dozens of aliases would have passed Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese herself She definitely would have. Going into the game last night, Cheryl Reed, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she told the doofus duo who referred to themselves as stud buds. She told them if they lost this game to the Chicago Bravado, they would no longer be allowed to stream on Twitch. The whole operation is a masterclass in selective editing. Frame the narrative just right and maybe, just maybe, people will forget the score. Or the fact that the team got blown out while their supposed star tripped over her own momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the roster suffers. Players who can shoot, players who do move, players who understand the concept of a shot clock. They're being sacrificed on the altar of brand protection because it's not about winning anymore. It's about avoiding the embarrassment of admitting a mistake, and that's the saddest part. Angel Reese didn't ask to be overhyped. The real triple-double: hype, delusion, and denial. Some of y'all get hypnotized by the box score. You see double-double and suddenly it's like she just dropped a 30-piece triple-baked filet mignon. But if you actually watch the game, like eyes open, brain functioning, you know that what unfolded on the court wasn't dominance. It was chaos, sloppy, unbothered, perfectly marinated chaos. Angel Reese's stat lines are like clickbait headlines. Dramatic, colorful, and almost entirely misleading. Lads, Angel Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season, and if this was last season in a 40-game season, she would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the texts are warranted. They are all warranted.